guys, welcome to today's video. I figured today would be a knit and chat and kind of talk about some future patterns and show you guys some yarn that my mom bought me from Rhinebeck. And also introduce you to my little puppy. This is Ollie. Say hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. So this is Ollie. He's a fluffy corgi. Hey, buddy. Oi, oi. And he is my little knitting companion today. So, yeah. So he'll be here on the couch with me, roaming around. So, yeah, grab your knitting, grab your crochet, grab your fiber arts craft, and let's get started. So I'll talk about what I'm wearing, which there's not going to be a lot because I don't have the pattern or the yarn. So I started to knit this when I was little, and then I gave up and my mom basically did the entire thing. I think I probably got to about here or here. I didn't even make it to this portion with this detail here. I had enough of this thin yarn and didn't see much progress, so I just gave up, and I'm glad that my mom did not give up and actually completed this entire piece because I really like wearing this shirt, and it's just very airy, and which doesn't match at all the weather that I have today. It is 35 degrees outside, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. There is snow on the ground, and I'm so glad that I'm in my apartment, nice and warm, and get to wear this shirt. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about this piece. I unfortunately don't have the pattern or the yarn. I'm assuming that it's a mohair, but I'm not entirely sure. So, I am working on my brother's sweater. This is the Hans Thom sweater by Petite Knit. I have the sleeves left and then to weave in the ends, and I am debating on whether or not I will block. I have never blocked anything before. I've never blocked anything before in my life. So I don't know, is it wrong if I were to just give this as a gift without it being blocked? I'm not sure. But I guess we'll get there when we get there. So I am also trying to figure out what to knit my older brother. I posted on Instagram asking anybody for suggestions for a male sweater pattern ranging from simple to complicated, and I had a couple people respond. Femme, who is in charge of the TMC Clubhouse, which I am a part of. If you don't know what it is a club for people that are interested in the fiber arts, and it's like an online club that you're able to meet new people from all over the world and talk with them, and there's always like online meetings and a monthly speaker. So it's just a great way to meet new people, which works really well for me because I move around a lot, and so I don't have like a tight knit I don't have like a tight group of friends that are into knitting, and so this is like a good way to kind of meet new people that are interested in the same hobbies as me. And it's also nice that you can meet people from all over the world. So if you are interested and want to meet new people related to knitting or crochet or any sort of fiber arts, I would suggest joining the clubhouse. I don't have any like affiliate links or anything. I don't get anything by talking about this. This is just something that I wanted to talk about because so far it's been a really great experience. A couple days ago we had a yarn dyeing lesson, so that was fun. I have been interested in dyeing yarn and learning how to do that. So this was a great experience to kind of see Fem and I think Lauren from the Yarn Addict Co. Talk about and actually dye yarn on this video call. So that was really cool, and it's definitely given me the boost to go out and actually dye yarn. So I may this week buy some yarn and some dyes and practice. So yeah, so if you guys are interested in that, I would highly suggest joining. I think it's a great way to meet new people and just have this fun experience that you may not have if you are like me, where you travel around or you just haven't found that kind of group. I think this would be a great way. So yeah. Anyways, Fem mentioned the malt sweater. I have the pattern here. Just give me a second. The Simple Malt Sweater by Maxim CYR. And I was looking through the pattern. I bought the pattern. I was looking through to see if it could work with the yarn that my mom bought for me. So I'll actually show you the yarn. Let me just finish this row. She got the yarn from Rhinebeck. And here it is. It is this beautiful cream and gray color. So there's the gray and the cream there. So this is a superwash merino light, and it's 770 yards. So the pattern in my brother's measurement calls for 1,019 yards. So I'm trying to figure out if I can do like the collar and the cuffs and the ribbing in just a cream color, like straight, just cream color. And hopefully that will kind of be enough that the body could be in just like this yarn. And that way it'll be enough yarn, and hopefully I don't run out. The only other thing is that the pattern is on Aran weight yarn, which I believe is thicker than the Superwash Merino Light. So I'll have to do a gauge swatch and see if maybe I'll have to kind of change size to meet gauge. See if that would still be enough yarn. I'm not entirely sure. So, yeah, I'll have to kind of play around with it and figure it out. Hopefully it works out, because I think the yarn would be something that my older brother would like, and like the color, and I do like the pattern. I think it's a really nice, simple pattern, so hopefully it works out. The other yarn that my mom bought me is this beautiful purple. My mom knows that I love purple, so this is the yarn. It's this dark purple, and it's a DK weight. It is 20% yak, 20% silk, and 60% superwash merino, 231 yards. And I also have here, oops. So this is 26% silk and 74% Surrey alpaca. I've got 328 yards in 50 grams. So if you have any suggestions for what I can make with these, that would be great. Because I'm not sure what to make with this, or what would be enough. Maybe a hat or a scarf or a cowl or something. So those are the yarns that my mom bought from Rhinebeck, which it was her first yarn festival. I believe it was her first yarn festival. And she has been dying to go to Rhinebeck for years. So she finally got to experience that. So I'm really happy for her. She went with my dad, and I think they had a great time. I think they said it was a little bit like overwhelming in the sense of there were so many people and so many vendors. But I think she had a good time. She loved seeing the sheep. There was like this bunny also that had like really long hair. So yeah, she had a great time, and I'm glad that she was finally able to go, and I'm happy with my little gifts. So she also got me this bag, this cute little hedgehog slash porcupine knitting. But this bag is from my local yarn shop here. So the lighting changed. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think they had a great time, and I'm really excited to knit my older brother's sweater. I'm really hoping that it works out. Because I don't know what else I could, like, what sweater I could make. Maybe you guys have suggestions and can comment with some patterns that, in case I can't meet gauge, that works with the Superwash Merino Light. So yeah, that's what has been happening for myself this week and for the past couple weeks. I started my younger brother's sweater October 4th, and so it's almost a month of me knitting this sweater. And that's with me knitting like nonstop, like me knitting every single day while like watching a show or listening to a book or just doing something. Yeah, that's the only break that I got was when my parents came to visit, and that was only like 2 or 3 days that I didn't knit. But other than that, I have been knitting every day for multiple hours, and yeah, so I don't know if I'm like a fast knitter or if it's just that I have a lot of time right now that I can knit for a long time, but I'm definitely enjoying it. I've enjoyed knitting this sweater for my brother. I really liked the yarn, and I think the blue stripes really just add something, different. So the hand-spun sweater is not a striped sweater, it's just a simple sweater. I added the stripes so that I wouldn't have to deal with yarn chicken, because I was definitely afraid of that. So I added the stripes, and I think it looks super nice. I think my brother will like it. The only thing I will say is that if you notice, if you look at the top of this, it has more of a brown and light blue, whereas the bottom does not have that. It looks a lot darker. It doesn't have as much light blue. So, and that was the same ball of yarn. So the top part, I stopped it and then continued once I did the bottom part with that same ball, that same skein of yarn. So I don't know why it has this completely 2 different shades of, yarn. So I wish I had paid attention to, because if you look at the sleeve matches pretty well because there is a lot of brown. It matches more closer to this than the bottom. So I wish that I had paid attention to that before I completely completed the body, because I would have grabbed another ball of yarn and done the body to make it match more like the top. So yeah, that's the only thing that I noticed, and I didn't even notice it until once I was done and I took a picture, and then I was like, the bottom has a different color shade than the top part. So that's the only thing that I noticed that I was like, I don't like this, and it's definitely too late for me to fix it because I'm not going to go back. But now I know for the future, if I ever do something like this again, to definitely pay attention to see what colors are coming out or how that ball of yarn is looking, because I winded up a new ball of yarn to start this sleeve here, and I still have like this ball, and then I have a whole other skein of yarn. So I definitely had enough yarn to be able to look and see, okay, which one matches more closely to the top part of this sweater. So I could have picked and chosen which ball of skein to start the bottom part. So now I know for the next time to kind of check, because this definitely has more brown. It has more brown in it, which if I had used this skein, it 100% would have looked closer to the top than the bottom. So my mistake. Now I know there is nothing that I will do to change that. So yeah. But that is okay. You live and learn, and it's all a process. Plus, I don't think my brother's gonna really care, but for my knowledge and for my soul of how I feel about it, I know that it looks different, and I wish I had caught it or figured it out or knew that would happen. So now I know. Anyways, I'm not sure also if I'm gonna make the same hands thumb sweater for my dad. I'll have to figure out if I have enough yarn. I think the hands thumb sweater for my dad, I think if I were to do it for him, he would be a 3XL. So I'll have to figure out if I have enough yarn in the color that I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I'll make it in green, since I made my mom a vest in green, and that way they both have something green and kind of matching. But the hand thumb sweater, if I make it for my dad, it would be green, and then I would use the brown, the same brown that I have in this sweater. That I use for the stripes. Do that for the collar and the cuffs and the ribbing. I think I'll use the brown, and then I'll use green for the body. It will be a different shade of green than the green that I used for my mom, but that's okay. I think the green will look nice. It's actually from Sorella's in the Ivy colorway, is what I'm thinking. But yeah, I have to sit down and actually make sure I have enough yarn to do that. So I think that's all I have for today. It's kind of like a short video. I know that I think I missed last week or 2 weeks worth of videos. I'm trying to post every week. I just missed the last 2 times. So, but this was just a short video. I don't really have much else to say or talk about. And I just kind of wanted to update you guys on my sweater and then show you guys the yarn that my mom bought me. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and see you guys on the next one. Bye!